Layering infusible ink can be challenging. I wanted to share with you some advanced techniques and hacks on layering infusible ink. Let's get started.
Please subscribe and ring the bell.
Today I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and tricks on making an infusible ink mug using your mug press a success. I hope these tips help you be successful in your projects. The first thing I want to make sure you understand is when you use sublimation or infusible ink paper, you must have a special sublimation mug. You cannot use a mug from Dollar Tree or Walmart or Amazon or any normal store. It needs to be a special kind of mug in order to accept the ink and make it permanent. So make sure you have the correct mug. I also highly recommend measuring your mug before you start designing. I measured my mug and I had about 3 inches to work with on the height and about 9 inches on the width. So you can see here, my design is 8.5 by just under 3. I wanted to have a little bit of room to work with, and I also wouldn't recommend going the full 9 inches because the handle is going to be on the edge here and over here as it wraps around. And the mug presses do not go completely to the handle, so there's a little tiny bit of room there. Therefore, your ink is not going to be as dark on the very edge if you're too close. So I suggest making it a little bit smaller. And it's also possible to layer. This was my design for the cup that I made, and this right here, it layered perfectly. So very simple layering is very easy to do and turned out amazing for me. And all I did was I looked on Google for a drill. Simple drill clip art is I think the keywords I used. And all you have to do to make that another layer is I just took a square and sliced it out. And technically you could just print two different colors and then weed out the outside and leave the inside if you would like. All you need to do is take a square, hit slice, slide it over here. You make sure it's highlighted, go down here to contour, and then you just need to erase the parts that you don't want. And then that's the exact inside of it. And then you can slide it into place. The other thing to keep in mind with using infusible ink is you need to mirror your infusible ink before you print it. You can do, the first way would be to flip. You go flip horizontal for both of the fonts, the words, and then you don't have to worry about forgetting as they're printing. And this one you would need to flip the drill as well because it will not turn out right based on where I need to put it on the mug. So you can flip everything here, that will be the same as mirroring it. Or when you go to make it, you can go down here and hit mirror as well. Don't do both, but you can do one or the other. So if you're making it and you think about it and you're afraid you're going to forget when you go to print it, you can flip it, or you can just remember before printing to mirror. And Cricut is really good about reminding you for everything. So when you go to hit continue and you add in your materials that you're going to cut, it will give you a reminder if it is something like infusible ink to make sure you mirror. I hope these tips help you be successful in your project.
if you love my mommy's video, give her a thumbs up.